Kyle Busch walked away from Texas without a single penalty. No fine, no points lost, nothing. But here is the part nobody is talking about. NASCAR basically told him to his face that they are running out of reasons to protect him. And the last driver NASCAR gave that same speech to, that driver did not walk away clean the next time. So what exactly is Kyle Busch sitting on right now, +1? Let's go back to May 3rd, 2026, Texas Motor Speedway. The Wurth 400, 267 laps. Kyle Busch is having one of his best days in a long time. He is running inside the top 10 for most of the race. His new crew chief, Andy Street, who just replaced Jim Pullman, is on the pit box. Things are actually looking good for the number 8 Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet. Then the final restart happens. Busch restarts 11th. He has fresh right side tires. He is positioned to make a move. But the restart goes sideways fast. He makes zero forward progress. John Hunter Nemechek, driving the number 42 Legacy Motor Club Toyota, passes him as the field crosses the start/finish line with 3 laps to go. 1 lap later, Busch goes back underneath Nemechek through turns 1 and 2. He almost clears him. Almost. The 2 cars make contact coming off turn 2. Busch's number 8 hits the outside wall hard, right front damage. His spotter, Derek Kneeland, gets on the radio and says the right front is bent in all the way on the bottom. +1 now, here is where it gets interesting. Nemechek drives around Busch and pulls even with him entering turn 3. And then Busch's car moves right hard. It goes directly into the door of Nemechek's Toyota. Nemechek gets launched into the outside wall. His car takes heavy right side damage. He is done. He limps down pit road and finishes 21st, the first car 1 lap down. +2 Busch somehow keeps going. He finishes 20th, last car on the lead lap. On the Fox broadcast, Clint Bowyer does not hide what he thinks. He says, "Check this out, not happy." Kevin Harvick adds, "I don't know what happened earlier in there. Everything that we saw right there, it looked like Kyle just turned over the front of the number 42 car. Then he just wrecked him." +1, when 2 of NASCAR's most respected voices say that on live television, that is not a small moment. That is the kind of thing that follows a driver for the rest of a season. And it did not stop there. After the race, Nemechek walks away from his car with a bloody nose. Social media goes insane. Fans are calling for a suspension, calling for points deductions, calling for Busch to face real consequences. The video goes viral overnight. Nemechek posts on social media almost immediately. He writes, "Not freaking clear, great day going, and just got wrecked. What an ass." +1 Busch fires back. And this is where Busch does something unusual. He does not just defend himself with words. He posts SMT telemetry data from the race on social media. He writes, "I did not start this." The 42 apparently doesn't know where the right side of his car is and where he is in relation to the outside wall. There was 2 feet outside him, and I was judging my left side tires to the hash marks. Always know who you're racing beside. +2 now, the first contact in turn 2 is genuinely debatable. Watch the footage carefully, and Nemechek is not fully pinned against the wall. There is space, but it is shrinking fast. Both cars are tight. That first hit is the kind of hard racing that happens in late race battles every single week. But the second hit in turn 3, that is a completely different conversation, and everyone watching knew it. So the real question is, what did NASCAR actually do about it? NASCAR reviewed everything: video, audio, SMT data. They brought in Scott Miller, former senior vice president of competitions, who now works as competition strategist. Miller is the guy NASCAR calls when they need someone to break down the hard data. His history with SMT analysis goes back years, and officials trust his read on these situations more than almost anyone. +1, here is what the data showed. After the second hit, Busch's steering inputs show him turning the wheel all the way to the left. NASCAR says that tells them he was trying to go straight, not steer into Nemechek. He was correcting for damage. He was reacting to a car that was already bent up from the turn 2 contact. And crucially, Busch never admitted anything over the radio. Not once. He never said he was going to hit Nemechek. He never said anything that gave NASCAR a clear reason to drop the hammer. +1, that last part matters more than most people realize. Remember Ryan Preece that same weekend? Preece gets into it with Ty Gibbs. But before the contact even happens, Preece goes on what officials are calling a record-setting radio rant. He essentially announces his plans out loud on the team frequency, and then he goes and does exactly what he said he was going to do. NASCAR fines Preece $50,000 and docks him 25 driver points. In a playoff year, 25 points can be the difference between making the postseason and going home. That penalty hits hard. But Kyle Busch? Nothing, same weekend. Two wrecks that both looked intentional on camera. Two completely different outcomes. NASCAR VP of Racing Communications, Mike Ford, explains difference publicly on the Hauler Talk podcast. He says the radio is what separated the two cases. Preece said it before he did it. Busch said nothing, and the SMT data gave Busch a technical out that Preece never had. +1 here is what Ford also says, though, and this is the part that should make Kyle Busch very uncomfortable right now. This is the second time in a short period that Busch has been given the benefit of the doubt. The first time was at Bristol Motor Speedway back in April. Busch got into Riley Herbst. NASCAR reviewed that incident too. No penalty that time either. +1, so Busch has now been reviewed twice and walked free twice, and NASCAR is keeping count. Ford confirms that Cup Series Managing Director Brad Moran is scheduling a meeting directly with Busch and Richard Childress Racing officials. Not a phone call, a sit-down meeting. That kind of meeting does not happen when everything is fine. That meeting happens when NASCAR wants to look someone in the eye and say, "We are watching you." Ford's exact message to the public after Texas is this: the benefit of the doubt is running out pretty quickly. That is not vague. That is not NASCAR corporate speak. That is a direct warning from a senior official. On record, in public, with Busch's name attached. And now think about what is actually at stake here. Busch is already not in a great place in the standings. He is fighting to stay relevant in a car that has not been consistent this year. The crew chief change midseason tells you everything about where the number 8 team is right now. They are making moves because they have to, not because they want to. If Busch gets involved in another crash like Texas, NASCAR has already told the world what comes next. Points deductions, possible suspension, no more benefit of the doubt. And here is something nobody has mentioned yet. Before the Nemechek hit in Turn 3, Busch nearly had a similar incident with Brad Keselowski just one lap earlier. He got into Keselowski and somehow saved it. The same pattern, the same aggression, just a different result. That means what happened with Nemechek was not a one-off moment of chaos. There was a pattern building in just those final laps alone. One more thing to keep in mind. Nemechek spent 2 full seasons, 2021 and 2022, driving trucks for Kyle Busch Motorsports. He won 7 races for that team. These are not strangers. These are 2 people who worked together, who know each other, and who clearly have real tension between them now. That history does not go away on the track. So here is where we land. Kyle Busch escaped Texas without a penalty. The data saved him. His radio silence saved him. But NASCAR has publicly drawn a line. The next controversial incident will not go the same way. No data will be enough. No radio silence will matter. The next time something happens, Busch walks in already having used up every pass he gets. That is not a warning anymore. That is a countdown. And the clock is already running.